Okay, welcome back to type tips number 2. This is use the counter spaces. The counter space is the area inside and outside of the letter. This counter space can be filled with color, texture, patterns, images, etc. Now, let's take a look at some examples. Here you can see a very general way of visualizing the counter space. On the left hand side we have a full alphabet in capital letters. Now take a look at, for example, the first letter, the letter A, and how only the inside or the counter spaces of that letter are filled in. And there's no need to give us the edge or the border of that letter A, because the rest of the context clues and our brain help us fill in the missing information. Same goes for the letter C and the letter E and the letter H, etc. Now take a look on the right hand side. We have the same case for the numbers, where the 2 and the 4, the 5, the 7, and the 8 are all created using the counter spaces. Now, the quote on the top right, "Smile, you're designed to." Now we're looking at an actual phrase or a sentence, and even then, there is really no trouble reading this. Again, our brain fills in the counter spaces. In this case, the counter spaces are filled in using nothing but color. In the next example, we have this really striking poster. It says, "Design is thinking made visual." Same idea here, where some of the counter spaces are being used to create the letters. But this time we have more of these counter spaces being used, like the letter D and the E and the S and the G and the N. And so even though the counter spaces are the ones being utilized to create the letters, the brain really has no trouble recreating this or telling us what it means. In this slide we have what I think is probably one of the most usual ways we can visualize using the counter spaces, and that is in logos. These are some logos I found on the web. Ed's Electric on the top left, very creative way of using the letter E and also making it into an electric socket. The letter N, although the letter N is still visible, we have the counter space on the inside, used to create what looks like a microphone. The letter F, this time we're using the outer counter space to create this flame. Two very famous logos that utilize this is unironically the Adobe logo. Again, only the outside and the inside are being used to create the letter A. And very creative use of counter space by USA Network or USA TV, where the S is being recreated with the outer two most letters, the U and the A. These are my sources. I'll post them in the link if you want to check out those designs and artwork by these different people and companies. But at the very least, I recommend you check out Typography Essentials by Ina Saltz, in which she gives 100 tips on working with type. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. See you next time.